God created a wonderful world, but that world was ruined when we embraced evil, enslaving the world to sin and death. God promised Abraham that through his descendants he would rescue the world, but the Israelites were just as sinful as everyone else. And so Jesus came as the Messiah to do for the Israelites what they could not do for themselves. In his life, death and resurrection, Jesus overcame sin and evil and offers forgiveness and new life to all who will trust him and give him their allegiance. Those who follow Jesus, filled with his Spirit, offer forgiveness and new life to the whole earth, fulfilling the promises to Abraham. Sin and evil have been defeated by Jesus' death and resurrection, but are still powerful and present in the world, preventing the realisation of God's ultimate intention for the creation. And the Bible looks forward to a day when Jesus will return to right all the wrongs of history, to throw sin, evil and death out of the world, and to raise the whole creation from decay and death. This is what the Bible means by the return of Jesus and the day of judgment. God's judgment has been caricatured over the centuries. People think of judgment as God getting even with people who have dented his ego. But the Bible sees it very differently. God's wrath is his heart's response to sin and evil destroying what he loves. His judgment is his love acting against sin, evil and death. Judgment is how God will rescue the creation from their grip. God's wonderful world was ruined at the fall when we embraced sin and evil. And at the final judgment, God will throw sin, evil and death out of the world, allowing it to be restored. The problem is that we are agents of sin and evil. And if sin, evil and death are to be thrown out of creation, then we would have to be thrown out of the world along with them. This is why Jesus offers us forgiveness, to reconcile us to God and to each other, and new life, so we can begin to live freed from the grip of sin and evil. To be brought through judgment, we must first be delivered from sin and evil in our life. God has provided the means for this to happen through Jesus' death and resurrection. We take hold of that as we trust Jesus and give him our allegiance. Judgment is universal and it's personal. Each of us will be raised from death to stand before God. And this has two aspects. Firstly, how we responded to God and Jesus, to the degree that we were aware of him, determines whether we will be a part of God's renewed creation. Secondly, God promises to reward every act where our faith has expressed itself in love towards God, each other, and the world around us. Eternal life in God's renewed creation is a free gift to those who receive it from Jesus. Reward is what we have done based on that gift. For us, the first question is whether we've received forgiveness and new life from Jesus. This is offered as a gift, not a reward for being religious or good. We need rescuing from the penalty and power of sin. God has done everything needed to rescue us. The only thing required of us is our acceptance of that rescue through trusting Jesus and giving him our allegiance. Once we've received forgiveness and new life from Jesus, there's the possibility to invest our lives in things that will count eternally. As we realise the horror of sin and evil and death and the incredible love of God for us and for everyone, we want to express that love, healing and hope to the world. God promises that those acts will count eternally and will receive their due reward. As we willingly serve God, we come to grasp his heart more and more deeply.